Hey to all you people out there that are dealing with parents with dementia, I am right there with you and I pray for you. Please pray for me. Man, it's exhausting just going behind your parent with dementia, having to, turn off the lights, flush the toilets, all that stuff that they just evidently forgot how to do. I know I'm sounding a little floof about it, but I'm just exhausted from it. And then yesterday, coming home and finding the door wide open, not locked, not closed. No, Dad's nowhere near. He's out driving around somewhere. And I checked him. He was actually about 5 miles away. I'm like calling him like, well, why did you leave the front door open? Oh, the cats are there. What? So it's almost like I'm catching a kid doing something wrong and they're making up silly stories. I'm like, yeah, the cats know how to, there's a storm door. Yeah, the cats know how to unhinge that storm door, open it up and go in and out as they please. No. When we leave the house, we close the big, heavy metal door and lock it. It's just, it's like I'm constantly having to put out fires, literally. The other day, the neighbors, anyway, that's nothing to do with him. I'm wanting to stick to one subject around to dementia, and it's not like me going off and whining about it, but hey, if you're out there and you have a person in your household or your family that has dementia, you're not alone, and you think, oh my gosh, nobody will understand, nobody will believe. Most of the time I feel like that too. When I say something, people are like, oh yeah, whatever. I feel like I'm alone on this most of the time, so I'm reaching out to anybody out there who's dealing with it to let me know what kind of coping strategies I need, because I'm already exhausted and it's in the morning. Recently, he's been getting obsessed about trees and cutting down trees, and he has bought several pole saws. He just went to Lowe's the other day, bought another pole saw, like like a chainsaw on the end of a pole. I'm like, how many of these things do you need? He's like, well, they don't last forever. I'm going, you just bought one last month. What? He is just destroying these things. He is obsessed with cutting down trees now. He's so scared to death the trees are going to fall in the house. And I'm like, going, they've been there longer than you've been alive. I'm not sure I want you to climb up trees, cutting them down, and risking your life for the possibility. And he even said something like this. He said, well, maybe you have to sell the house in order to not have the trees fall. I'm going, yeah, I want to be homeless so a tree won't fall in this house. I'm exhausted. Every time I talk to him, it's about trees now. It's like this morning I was asking about some of the cats, and it's like he's not even listening anymore. He's not even answering questions correctly. He's like, trees. So is this part of the process, and how do I deal with this? Because it's like I'm trying to get clear answers, and all I get is these riddles from him, and it's not the same thing as when he's coming up to me and saying something, I have to decode it. That's different. When I'm asking a question, I don't have time sometimes. Like the other day, whenever Wesley's house caught on fire, the box outside caught on fire, I didn't have time to sit there and try to explain it to him. Like, there's a big bright red light over there. Don't you see it? We got to do something. That's one of the situations where you ain't got time to figure out what he's trying to not understand. I mean, don't you see it? It's right there. He's looking out the window, washing a dish in the sink, looking straight at Wesley's old house. And I'm like, I don't know how you can't see it. So I don't know if it's just, it's exhausting. Like I said, it's just very exhausting. So if you're out there and you have any kind of coping strategies or websites or other people who've dealt with this, please let me know, because I'm at wit's end sometimes. Sometimes I can deal with it. Sometimes if he's asking for something, I can try to break it down. Like the other day when he was talking about Walmart, and he was going to go to the other Walmart, and I never could figure that one out. All I can conclude is that he's remembering the third entrance to Walmart, and that's what he's trying to say, but that's not another Walmart. That's the same Walmart. So I don't know. So sometimes I can decode what he's trying to tell me. Sometimes I have to just leave it to the fact that he's mixing things up. He keeps on looking for roads that don't exist. He's remembering things that never happened. And he is remembering some things that did happen, but I don't remember them. I have to constantly ask my mom, did Dad used to play on a baseball team? Like, because he said he hurt his leg on the baseball team, and that's why it's messed up. Like, no, your leg's messed up because you had a motorcycle accident back when I was in college. junior college because my stepmom ran into the room telling me about it. I remember that one and being in intensive care. He don't remember a thing about that, but he remembers something before I was born about hurting his leg on a baseball team while sliding into one of the bases or something. I don't know sports. And I was like, so that did happen. So I asked my mom about it because he don't remember anything. She's like, you don't remember the bike accident and being in intensive care and for several weeks and then not being able to walk? And I'm like, no, it's weird. I mean, you know, he used to joke about things like he would pretend like he didn't know things. That's why it's hard to tell sometimes with him, because his sense of humor is strange. So sometimes I'm waiting for him to like crack a smile, but he's being dead serious. Like he has no idea what I'm talking about. So it's almost like his memory's being eaten backwards in time. Like he'll remember things from 50, 60 years ago better than what he did, let's see, in the 1990. Like 1990, that accident happened. I remember it clearly. He should remember it clearly. But he doesn't remember it at all. He remembers getting hurt playing on the baseball team before 1970. I have no idea. I really don't. I'm reading up on it, and there's different types of dementia, and there's different phases of dementia. And if I'm going to go off the information there's like 7 levels of dementia. I'm just waiting for him to get to that one where he's going to calm down and just settle down and not try to constantly be busy doing something. But I don't know if he's going to get there. So if anybody out there has any coping strategies, oh look, I think that's a fish. Anybody having coping strategies, please let me know, or direct me in the right way or something. Because if I ever try to talk to this with other people, they're like, yeah. I feel like they don't know, they don't care, they're not concerned. They think I'm just overreacting, and they just don't know because they don't see it firsthand. Now my neighbor, she sees it, and she's like he hates everybody right now. I'm like, yeah, I know. It won't be long till he hates you and me too. That's why he has all these pictures up of me, and I'm like, it creeps me out. I wanted to take them down, but if I do, he's gonna wake up one morning and go, who are you? What are you doing in my house? Wait, whose house is this? I mean, he's gonna do that, and I'm gonna have to point to the pictures and go, there's me. See, this is me. This is you, and you're here, and I'm gonna have to make some kind of connection with that. It's just a matter of time. But I didn't get on here to harp. I didn't get on here to make fun of my dad at all. I'm just like letting you know that there are crazy things that they will do, and just seeing if anybody else has got that. You've dealt with it, you've figured it out, you've overcome this, because I'm trying to overcome it and figure it out and win this battle, because you know I don't know how to make him eat right. I don't know how to do any of that stuff. He's like his eating habits, he's eating like a child, and I can't, of course, discipline him. He's 80 years old, or 80 some years old. I don't know how old I know. All right. Well, anyway, thank you for listening. And those who don't have any parents with dementia, or you just listen for the heck of it, thanks. Maybe you're just thinking one day you will have to deal with it. Hopefully we will leave this earth soon, fly to the sky to meet Jesus in the air. That's what I keep hoping for, because watching your parent go through this is just horrifying. It's worse than having to watch them, you know. I'm not going to make that comparison, because I don't know if it's worse. I've never had to watch a parent yet go through like cancer or something like that. I've dealt with grandparents, but they're not people that you saw every day of your life. So I can't make that connection. I'm not going to, and I'm not going to actually say one's worse than the other, but just dealing with it firsthand, it's just sad. It's just, for several years now, see him disappear slowly. And this angry person, I understand why he's angry. He can't communicate. He doesn't know what's going on. And he's frustrated. And he's also becoming isolated. And that's just part of his DNA. My neighbors always say he's got conspiracy theories. I'm like, well, yeah, he did listen to a lot of these people for years. And sometimes her idea of what a conspiracy theory and my idea of one is totally different. All right. Well, thanks for those who are listening. And if you have any strategies, any places I can go to get more help, let me know. I tried the Senior Resource Center, and they said because I don't have POA, I didn't get POA in time, I can't do it now. And I'm like going, well, then what's the point? I'm supposed to be cognitive. I'm supposed to be precognitive. I'm supposed to know ahead of time that, like, I see the future, and in the future he's going to have dementia, so I better get POA now. POA just not points of articulation, it's power of attorney. And that means I can decide he has to go to this or that or whatever. No, I have to do it before that, and like that makes no sense. It's just their way of saying, well, we don't want to help you. That's the way I feel. I feel like nobody cares, nobody wants to help. So it's a weight on my shoulders, and I just would love to figure out that sweet spot of where I'm not having to constantly feel like I'm working against him or him against me, but working with him, because it's like, you know, when you're finally get your kid to be potty trained, I guess it's like that sensation, like, oh, finally, you know. Thanks again for listening. Have a great day.